It's just like him saying, like him trying to say now that he didn't say the police should be defunded.
He didn't.
Yes, he did.
So defund the police, right, does not mean like how you interpret it to mean.
Look at what he said in 2020 and 2022, and then he changed it because he started getting roasted for it, and he knew it was going to hurt him bad.
Here's the problem.
He changed it.
That messaging.
And he even apologized for saying it.
So that messaging, that term defund the police is a loser because people just don't understand what defund the police means. They're talking about reallocation, right? In the case of again, I'm talking about like DCS, for instance, right? Police need to be.
Why did he change it then? Why did he apologize for saying the things that he said?
Wait, what? Apologize for what?
When he said that they should cut the police department and defund the police department and all that stuff, he apologized and said he has revised his thoughts on that.
He said he has revised his thoughts. Okay. So again,
evolved. I should think he's what he said.
Is that reallocation is what he advocates for, and I support it. It's the same meaning regardless. I don't know what quote you're referring to that he apologized for.
Dude, all you got to do is look it up.
Well,
okay, chat, everybody, look up, did Mamdani say he wanted to defund the police? Look it up, and let's read it. Let's read it.
Did. That's not a big deal.
But you said he didn't.
No, that's not what I said. What I said was you need to understand.
How can you be this dishonest with people listening to you?
I know he's been critical of police, and he's been apologetic for his criticism of police. What I'm explaining to you is that even when you say defund, you don't understand the term defund.
Oh, no, I don't understand.
Defund refers to reallocation.
Do you ever notice that everybody who comes up here and doesn't have the same thought as you doesn't understand? Did you ever notice that you're the only guy who understands everything?
I debate MAGA.
Where did you get all your lived experience? Where'd you get it?
Lived experience. I need lived experience in order to. So again, can you tell me?
No, I'm asking you. What did you? I really wanted to know this. I've wanted to know this. What did you? What?
Then I'm going to write a book soon. You can buy it. So can you tell me what policy of Mamdani?
So you don't even want to say what makes you qualified.
It doesn't matter.
What makes you qualified to give your opinion on all of this stuff? See, I can tell you why I'm qualified. You can't tell me why you're qualified.
You can tell me you're a rocket scientist. We know you're a Muppet. Makes no difference. Dawn,
okay.
Thank you so much, Dawn. I really appreciate you, Dawn. Seriously, thank you so much for your support, Dawn.
Dawn, what have you done in your life that makes you qualified for this?
Dawn, thank you, Dawn. I appreciate it. Dawn K, thank you.
Why should people listen to you? Why? Tell me why. What's your experience? Tell me.
Listen to me if they don't like
Well, what's your experience?
People don't have to listen. You can listen to me.
I'm asking, why don't you want to tell us what your experience is?
Because whether or not I've lived, what should I have to live to be able to talk about?
I don't know. You have these opinions on everything, and you're right about everything, and I just want to know, maybe I should listen to this guy because he's done this and this and this in his life. What have you done in your life that makes you so in the know about all of this stuff? What have you done?
Educated myself.
Really? Have you ever? And I really like to know this.
Are you buying my book, or are you debating?
I might buy your book. Are you writing a book?
Maybe I will, just for you. Can you tell me what policy of Mamdani's you don't like?
What?
I'm not interested in explaining anything to you. If people don't want to listen to me, they don't have to listen to me. If they listen to me and they think they like what I have to say, they listen to me. The proof is in the pudding here every morning. So if you don't like what I have to say, cool. A lot of people do. So that's fine. Can you tell me what policy you do not like of Mamdani's that's going to ruin New York City?
First, let me say that I think that you would have a lot more credibility if you let everybody know what your background is.
Guy, it doesn't matter what my lived experience is. You're saying this because you claim to be a cop. You could claim to be a rocket scientist. No one gives a shit. right? And like, let's just be honest. No one gives a shit what my lived experience.
Okay, I'm lying. Yes, we do.
Answer the question or get kicked.
Yes, I will answer the question. Just one right off the top is free buses.
Okay, what's wrong with free buses?
Really? What's wrong with it? Who's going to pay for them?
So do you think that
No. Who's going to pay for them?
Thank you so much, Ellen. Well, there's a number of different ways, but let's start. Let's start with the wealthy paying their fair share.
So that's going to pay for the buses. That's going to pay for the bus drivers. That's going to pay for all the maintenance. That's going to pay for all the fuel. That's going to pay for the cleaning. That's going to pay for new buses.
Yep.
That's going to, all of that stuff.
Yep.
Okay, what's going to happen when he can't raise the taxes on them people because Kathy Hochul is against it and she has to approve it?
We'll see, I guess.
You know, what happens when it doesn't happen?
We'll see.
No, what we'll see is that he's going to say, well, geez, Albany won't let me do it. Sorry. That's what he's going to say. That's what he's going to say. We know that's what he's going to say.
What will happen if it doesn't happen? That's what you're asking me. That's literally your question. What will happen if it doesn't happen? I guess it won't happen. We'll see what happens.
And then are you going to say that
politician try to do it than tell me he can't do it or explain I would rather have a politician tell me the things he's going to try and do than the reasons he can't do things. Okay?
Well, okay. So does Donald Trump get that same benefit of the doubt when you guys say he lied to you, he didn't put up a wall? Does he get any of that? No.
Be specific. Oh, a wall?
The wall. You say he lied. You guys all say he lied.
Anyone who cares? He does lie all the time.
Yeah, okay. See, you heard. This might be, I got to tell you.
Is it normal to be critical of Donald Trump? See, the difference is Donald Trump lies about things like, I'm going to end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours after I become president-elect because I have such a great relationship with Zelensky and Putin. Those are the kinds of things he says. Now the war is worse than it's been since the beginning of the war. And
this
now he's talking about surrendering 88% of the Donbass region to Russia.
This might be your worst.
No.
This might be the worst scorching you've ever taken on your show.
You think you're winning.
This might be the worst.
Isn't it funny these guys actually think they're winning these arguments? So here's the difference between Trump's lies and what you're talking about. If he's not able to accomplish it, I guess it stays the exact same it is now.
No.
Trump's lies.
How I know I'm winning.
Why are you interrupting me? Stop interrupting me. You know what's the difference between that and Trump's lies? Trump's lies have resulted in things getting worse. His lie about Russia and Ukraine and being able to solve that war within a 24-hour period after becoming president-elect, his ego and inability to negotiate has caused us to be this close to World War III. We are now at the point where Russia's provoking NATO as a result of his inability to negotiate.
Where did that war start? When?
It doesn't. You're talking about.
It doesn't matter, right?
No,
dude, you gotta stop. You're digging yourself
hold
constantly.
Wait, what do you mean? 2014? You're talking when they annexed Crimea?
No. This most recent.
2022.
Yeah. Who was in charge then?
Biden.
Okay, but it's Trump's fault.
Okay, so I'll explain to you since you don't.
You're gonna explain to me. I know you're gonna explain.
Tell me how Biden
all of your experience with everything.
You think because someone's president, they're responsible for an invasion? I'm giving you specific examples of how he's responsible if you'd like, right? And I don't know what you don't understand. Biden's policy was to support Zelensky, right? And not sit down with Vladimir Putin because it emboldens these dictators to commit more war crimes. Right? To do exactly what he's doing, like launching the deadliest attack since the beginning of the war, targeting Ukrainian civilians. His inability to negotiate has caused Russia to become more dangerous and more bold, and we're closer to World War III. Biden didn't cause the war. Biden was simply supporting a sovereign nation that was invaded by an authoritarian dictator. Now Trump is saying, let's surrender. My idea is let's surrender where the battle lines are. Do you know much about the Donbass region in Ukraine?
What did Biden do to end the war?
Supported Ukraine.
That's going to end it?
Well,
that ends it?
So do you think it ends?
Didn't work, did it? Did it work?
Is it ending now?
Did it work?
It was working.
Did it work? Answer.
It was working.
Yeah. Oh, it was working.
Yeah, wait, you're saying, so wait. You're not understanding. We have an agreement.
I know. Nobody understands you. You know everything and nobody understands.
You're just loud and wrong. You don't even know what you're talking
about.
Okay. So again, you don't understand the difference, right? Yes, Biden's policy, he's the president of the United States. This country was invaded. He was upholding a pre-existing agreement in the Budapest Memorandum, supporting Ukraine like he's supposed to do, right, as the leader of the free world, right, and didn't meet with Putin, right, wouldn't negotiate with Putin. He had one rule: leave. Putin played him, and now he's saying, I think Putin, I don't know what he's doing. I can't figure out why he's still doing this, when we told him all along that he wasn't going to stop, right? He was going to just manipulate you. Trump is easily manipulated with flattery. Now Trump is saying, right, that we should end the war where the battle lines are. When Russia controls majority of the Donbass region, which is the economic heartland of Ukraine. So ultimately, Ukraine wouldn't be able to recover, and Russia would eventually take Ukraine anyway. His inability to negotiate has caused things to become worse.
Yeah,
he's embarrassed Zelensky in the White House, ridiculed and bullied him instead of supporting him when he's a democratically elected leader of a sovereign nation that was invaded.
Remember in his first term when he first got elected?
Are you going to address anything I just said?
What do you want me to address? You just went off for 10 minutes, and what do you want me to address?
What I just said, the points about what he said.
I'm trying. I am answering you, but
do you think I'll put it into question form since you're a little confident to understand. Do you think it's a good idea to end the war where the battle lines are? Did you know that that's the economic heartland of Ukraine? Did you know they won't be able to recover? Now suddenly he can't unmute. He could unmute this whole time, but he's too busy Googling now because he's out of his fucking...
Googling shit. Somebody keeps muting me, you idiot.
Sure. So tell me really quick. You could unmute before. Why can't you mute now? Tell me, do you think that's a good idea? Yes or no?
It won't be done unless Ukraine agrees to it.
Wait a second. Who told you that? Zelensky's, hold on. Zelensky's already said, Trump's already embarrassed Zelensky for asking for security assurances. He asked for security assurances and then allowed the vice president to bully him in front of the world.
This is not what you just asked me. You just asked me if it was the right...
Is it a good idea to end the war where the battle lines are?
If they both agree to it.
Still can't answer. They won't agree to it. So why would Ukraine?
That's not an answer.
88% of it.
That's not an answer.
He can't answer because he doesn't know.
I just gave you an answer.
Ukraine.
Hey, you Muppet. Muppet.
Do you think Lang? I love how you guys call me a Muppet. It just means you're a fan, right? Do you think that laying out the red carpet for a dictator who's literally responsible, a war criminal, right? Warrants out for him for war crimes. Do you think it's a good idea to lay the red carpet out for him and say he's a great leader and all this shit?
in 2016, when Trump took over, your side was that he would get us into all kinds of wars because he has no diplomacy. No diplomacy. He can't talk to people. The minute he tries to be diplomatic with them, you start saying that he is too nice with these people. He cannot win. He can't.
There's a difference between
diplomacy. Let me ask
requires, excuse me, diplomacy requires a ceasefire. You can't have diplomacy without peace. Do you know what diplomacy is, you shoe? You can't have diplomacy without peace, which is what
you can't.
You just walked face first into the point. That's what Biden was advocating for.
You can't have diplomacy to get peace.
You can't have diplomacy without peace. You
can't use diplomacy to negotiate peace. Are you fucking kidding me?
Excuse me. In order to have a fair negotiation, you need a ceasefire.
You've never negotiated a fucking thing in your life.
Shut up. This is why Zelensky wants a ceasefire. How are you supposed to have a successful negotiation when bombs are being dropped on your people, on your head? If Russia's actively bombing you, it gives them quite the advantage in any negotiation, doesn't it? That's why there needs to be a ceasefire before that, which is what we've been advocating for.
Bullshit.
And Trump himself said, I don't think there needs to be a ceasefire. Well, there does need to be a fucking ceasefire.
Didn't the diplomacy get the ceasefire with Hamas and Palestine?
Didn't diplomacy get the what? Say it out loud for the chat before you leave. Didn't diplomacy get the what?
Ceasefire.
You just walked face first into it.
How? What did I walk face first into?
You just the fact that you don't listen. The fact that you don't realize it is fucking hilarious. The fact that a ceasefire. You have to have a ceasefire before you agree to those terms. You can't have you need a ceasefire before you have a diplomatic solution. And by the way, diplomacy, like in Iran, when he literally tore up the diplomatic solution to that problem and proceeded to drop bunker busters on Iran and then walk away from the situation as if it's over, as if Iran's not going to develop weapons-grade enriched uranium and attempt to attack Israel or the United States again. Not that I even believe that they are, but goddamn. I mean, I swear to God, sometimes you guys are just seriously dense. You can't have peaceful negotiations, right? If he's dropping bombs on their head, you can't have a long-term diplomatic solution if there's no ceasefire. There has to be a ceasefire. You can't negotiate under that situation. They would have to. You have. This is what Biden wanted. You have to stop doing what you're doing, and I will sit down with you. He refuses to do so. This isn't complicated. You always know when they say 5 different. So this guy with muscles was in here spamming. I tried to bring him up and he ran as soon as I brought him up. He was spamming. You're scared. I tried to bring him up after I kicked this guy and he ran. Jeremy, thank you so much, Jeremy. Clicking that shoe on diplomacy. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Worm, you can say, Worm, it's like, you're like one of those guys that just claims victory when they're losing. You didn't win anything. What point did you dunk on me on? You lost every single point you made. Ceasefire you have to have a ceasefire. Trump says you don't need a ceasefire. You tell me you don't need a ceasefire. Because there's only so much I can take of you. And you're claiming victory when you're losing. You don't know what you're talking about. Trump's inability to negotiate has now caused us to reach the point where Russia is provoking NATO. Do you know what that means? Do you understand? He has emboldened Vladimir Putin to be more aggressive. Like, do you not understand that just negotiating the end to a war doesn't mean you solved anything either? You need certain security assurances to make sure it doesn't happen again. You need something beyond like what we have currently in a memorandum. You need a treaty with enforcement mechanisms, right? You need to make sure that Russia, territorial concessions. You can't surrender 88% of the Donbass region. How the hell do you recover economically? The country will fold. They will fold. And then what happens? It falls into the hands of Vladimir Putin anyway, whether that's 3, 4, or 5 years from now. Trump is a short-term thinker. He does not care about long-term solutions. Help from NATO. Ukraine's not a member of NATO. But in terms of, you mean security assurances? Yeah, they're going to need security assurances for sure. They just don't care about Ukraine. So they think about it this way. Well, Ukraine's not us, because they have this isolationist mentality that because Ukraine's not the United States, we shouldn't worry about it, even though they border a NATO country and Article 5 would ultimately cause us to enter World War III regardless. But anyway, they're not like, they don't think beyond just, the fact that Ukraine is not in the United States. We have a tremendous problem if Russia takes Ukraine. Biden actually had the right approach to this situation. And you guys like to blame it on Biden. Had nothing to do with Biden. Had nothing to do with Democrats. It had to do with Vladimir Putin and only Vladimir Putin. I swear to God. It's like talking a little kids. I'm owning you. Scott, do you know what Congress is, Scott? Do you know what Congress is, Scott? Biden doesn't give them money. What are you talking about? Can you get in the box, Scott? Since you think Biden is sending Ukraine suitcases of money. Worm, I am more educated than you will ever be. Than you will ever be, Worm. Okay? I am more educated than you will ever be. Okay? Yeah, anyone who watches a conversation realizes you are not anywhere near. I mean, I'm not going to act like a jerk, but the truth is, dude, you're not fucking anywhere near me. Okay? You think you are because you're goofy. He thinks you have to have lived experience. You have to be negotiating war in order to understand negotiations. I've been studying these things for years. Worm, you don't know anything about territorial concessions, right? And the consequences. You don't know anything. You don't know anything about the Donbass region. You don't know the war crimes that Vladimir Putin has committed. You don't understand any of these factors. You don't know what security assurances mean. You know nothing about NATO. You don't know what caused the war. You know very surface level information, right? Trump good, Biden bad. That's why when I debate you, you don't bring up those arguments. You don't dispute anything I'm saying. If I say, hey, I don't think we should end the war at the battle lines because Ukraine will never be able to recover economically, your response is, you guys said when you were there that Biden was doing a good job. How? That's your response. It's not disputing anything I'm saying. It's not actually addressing the points I'm making. It's just loud ignorance. That's all it is. It's just loud fucking ignorance. Just like, give me one policy that you don't like of Mom Donnie's. Okay, free buses. Why don't you like free buses? Because I don't think you can accomplish it. That's not what I asked you. I asked you what policy you don't like. You don't answer questions. You just make very surface level arguments. I don't think he can do it. Listen, all goofy, incompetent Trump supporters are scared of socialism. Oh, hell no. Don't tell me billionaires are going to get taxed their fair share. Hold on. Universal child care? Oh, shit, no. Hell no. We're not doing universal child care. What if I get rich at some point? I don't want them taking my money. What if I create the next Facebook? What if I create the next YouTube? What if I open that hunting business I've been trying to open? I ultimately could absolutely become a billionaire, and then I'll get taxed for it. That's literally what we're dealing with here. The only fucking people that lose are billionaires, and they don't even really lose. You guys think that one day you're going to become a billionaire and they're going to take your money from you. You're rooting for the wrong team, and they're laughing in their mansions at your incompetence. Understand that they're fucking laughing. Socialism merely guardrails billionaires from taking advantage of your basic rights. Why would you argue against that? God damn. They won't even feel it. But you know who will feel it? You. You'll feel it. And in a good way. Are you a Trump supporter?
I
talked to this guy yesterday. Oh my God.
Yo, so I looked at the clip. I definitely didn't say physical and physical are spelled exactly the same. I said they are pronounced the same. There was a clip.
Except they're not pronounced the same. Fiscal and physical.
No, but you said that I said that I
That's great,
said,
but you just made a statement that's incorrect. Again, they're not pronounced the same. Physical and
largely
fiscal.
people pronounce physical and physical exactly the same.
No,
like
they
I
don't.
do.
No, they don't.
Okay.
But good try. Anyway.
What do you want today?
Oh, we were talking about Mom Donnie.
Mom Donnie, okay, so shit for brains ain't gonna get nothing done.
Okay. That's great. So what don't you like about him? If he could get it done, would you like him?
I don't dislike anything about Mom Donnie. I think he's a little funny. Not Trump level funny, but close. Not Siwa funny either. I think it's Trump, Siwa, then Mom Donnie.
He was not even funny. He's just like, listen here, Governor Cuomo. You don't know anything about New York. Curtis Lee was been here for 60 years, Governor Cuomo.
The dude's a nut, and I love it. I wish we had that as mayor. Anyways,
why? So, he's you know.
I don't know a single one of his policies, but he's funny to listen to nonetheless.
He doesn't really have any. I mean, they're similar, really, more or less to Cuomo's. They both want 7,000 more police officers. You think that's a good idea?
To have more cops on the street of lawless.
7,000 more.
Oh, 7,000. Oh, yeah.
Okay, why?
The more the merrier.
More police, the merrier. Don't you Mom Donnie's program of Department of Community Safety, having police officers actually address crime rather than responding to
how do they do that? Like, what are they addressing? What are they addressing?
The root causes of crime.
Which is?
Homelessness, mental health.
How do you target that?
How do you target mental health? Well, first of all, you don't have police respond to, or police be first responders to mental health calls, nonviolent mental health calls. That would be the first thing, right?
Okay.
Do you think you should have police respond to mental health calls?
Yes.
Why? They're not trained.
So I had an uncle. He worked in a hospital, a mental hospital. And
is this story long?
No, it's very short. And he would tell the craziest stories about these people that would go from like 1 to 100 in 0.3 seconds. What are you going to have a social worker do that? No, this is a big buff man that had to tackle people and like inject them and all types like that shit. Like women are overpowering him. Like the mental health is serious. You should take it seriously. You shouldn't like hold him at gunpoint, but like you shouldn't have like soft hands. Like, okay, all right, well, let's.
What are you talking about?
Do you think somebody in a mental health crisis?
Get serious quicker. I'm going to kick you. So again, what specifically don't you, so you understand people with mental health issues typically are nonviolent, right? Police respond to these situations and unnecessarily escalate them. If someone's suffering from a mental health episode, the last person they should see is a cop with a gun pointed at them.
That's why I literally just said that.
Right.
Literally just said that.
So let's not have police respond to these problems.
Sure. You know what? I'm actually all for it. I want to show that these policies actually don't work. That's why I said back whenever he first started running is I wanted this guy to win, because even Kathy Hochul said she's not going to make buses free.
Hold on, before you pivot, and what about addressing the root causes?
Please let's have mental health experts and nurses go to mental health calls. Let's do that.
No. But I'm saying additionally, right? Connecting people to care before that call is made, right? Connecting people who are suffering from houselessness to care, having community mental health navigators in the streets. Rather than police shouldn't be having it. Police need to just be focused on crime and crime alone. And by the way, that is why you don't need 7,000 more cops when you have a community outreach program willing to address these people's needs. When you have a community outreach program that is not only preventing these calls from happening by connecting people to care, but when they do happen, having mental health experts respond to those calls, you don't need 7,000 more cops.
We have plenty of evidence in other cities.
I loved when Mom Donnie was speaking, dude, and he goes, we need to stop electing people with big money and little ideas. Like people that worms support. We need to stop electing dumb people. Right. We need to stop electing dumb people.
I agree.
We need more intelligent people in elected office with creative solutions.
Would you consider a small
out here that are willing to come up with creative solutions? You do not need, let's just add more crime. Let's add 7,000 more cops. Wow. Good job, genius. Have you ever thought to think outside the box for a second?
Sure. Would you call us
work? It doesn't work.
Would you call adding 5 grocery stores in a city of 16,000 a big or small idea?
A good idea. Why is it a bad idea?
A big or small idea?
It's a pilot. It's the expansion of a pilot program. But
is it a big idea or a small idea?
I would say that's a big idea.
To have 5 grocery stores.
You're not understanding. I said creative, first of all. Like
you said big ideas.
Yeah, small ideas as in not creative, right? Simplistic in their approach to these problems rather than
5 grocery stores isn't that big. One per borough.
It's a start.
Wouldn't help anybody.
It's a start. Oh, it wouldn't help anybody?
No.
Why wouldn't it help anybody?
So imagine 8 million people flood into 5 grocery stores every month. Would that? No.
So it doesn't help anybody?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
So that's a small idea. I think that's why you voted Cuomo. Or never mind, you didn't.
It's not a small idea.
But we have. Okay, let's go back to the police issue. We have plenty of evidence in plenty of cities. Seattle, San Francisco, Minneapolis are 3 fantastic examples of these alternative programs. Like in Seattle, they legalize all whatever use, and they rolled it back now because they saw it didn't work. It increased overdose deaths. And in San Francisco, they lowered the amount of police officers. They're rolling that back. Same thing in Minneapolis. They're rolling that back. So these creative ideas aren't as creative as you think they are. They're not that unique.
So you're talking about decriminalization, not legalization.
I said, hold on. I didn't.
You said legalize.
Oh, my bad. I used the wrong word. So you didn't attack the idea, you just attacked the word. Got it.
They have two different meanings. Why do you guys do this? You're embarrassing yourself. Every time you guys get checked on something, you start yelling. Stop yelling.
I didn't yell. I laughed.
Don't yell. Don't yell.
I laughed.
Criminalize and legalize are two completely different things.
Okay, I'm sorry. I used the wrong word. You're absolutely correct. I concede. Okay. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, my solution is going to rely more on healthcare solutions like safe injection sites.
Those have also proven not to help, but okay.
Okay, can you show me one study where that's proven not to help because it has overwhelmingly positive results? Also, when you're done, can you also bring up the study that shows it increased overdose deaths as well? I think you said something about increasing overdose deaths. Safe injection sites have been shown to have an overwhelmingly positive.
Well, Seattle said that, so Seattle's holding back that program.
So make sure you show me where. Let's look it up. So what year are we talking about?
So that, and I'll Google the other thing.
So hold on, it was 2023 that you're saying was the decriminalization, which you referred to as legalization, which is not the same thing.
My bad. I apologize again for using the wrong word. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Adam. Can we move on?
Let's Google it. Nope, I want to Google this first because I know you're wrong.
No, I want you to Google it.
Good. I'm glad. So you're wrong. So OD unalivings deaths have declined, right? There was a 12% drop statewide and a 22% drop in Kings County from 2023 to 2024 when they implemented decriminalization.
Why are they rolling it back? I'm reading the other thing I'm Googling, so.
It doesn't have anything to do with...
Why are they rolling it back?
Not because of overdose deaths.
Okay, so why are they rolling it back?
Not because of overdose deaths. You brought it up as a reason. Do you have this study for the safe injection sites or not?
Well, I have to keep coming back here, so give me one.
It's not even my solution. I think unless you have nationwide decriminalization, it's not effective, in my personal opinion. You can't just in certain places decriminalize it. It doesn't have the same result, but it did not increase overdose deaths. Where's the study that safe injection sites are ineffective? He's just Googling studies that show safe injection sites are ineffective. So I can tell you that we have seen overwhelming success in New York, in Oregon, in Canada, outside of the United States in their true form, overwhelmingly successful in reducing the spread of disease, lowering the rate of overdose, and because they're in the presence of Narcan, obviously, and increasing the amount of people who enter treatment.
Okay, great. Yeah, there's just studies that say, "Oh my God, they're so good, they're so good, they're so good." But science changed.
So now tell the chat I'm big, loud, and wrong.
I was loud and wrong about safe injection sites.
Say I'm big, loud, and wrong.
Wait until 5 years.
Say I'm big, loud, and wrong, like my friend Worm, and I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not educated.
So the only thing that's provided is safe injection sites, lower HIV cases, and ambulance calls.
They stop the spread of disease because they provide clean paraphernalia. And these politicians are upset with the fact that these things are present in the streets, which I agree with. Kids should not be stepping over used paraphernalia. So implement these safe injection sites so they can properly dispose of it, right? And simultaneously stop the spread of disease. It literally gets the people doing it off the street, the paraphernalia off the street, and those people in treatment while protecting them and making sure they don't overdose in the meantime. Couldn't be a better solution for these problems. We need more of them, not less of them.
I actually like striking the boats in the Pacific so that they doesn't even come here in the first place.
Oh my God. Okay. So what was in those boats in the Pacific?
Drugs.
So just rugs, generally speaking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you don't know what kind?
Nope. Don't care. I literally don't care.
Okay.
Couldn't care a lick.
Well, I think it matters when we're talking about
I don't care. Listen, it could have been grass.
People are primarily overdosing on the F rug, right? And what we know is the precursor is not made in Venezuela.
I couldn't care.
It comes from China.
A lick less.
It's trafficked through international mail and legal border crossings by American citizens. It doesn't come from Venezuela.
Well, yeah, it does come across
here's
the border.
If it is grass, why would that help in lowering the rate of overdose or the rug problem in the United States?
It shouldn't come into our country in the first place.
But
Period.
Why would that have anything to do with fixing the issue that we're talking about?
I never said that we causes overdose. Never once. Never once did I say that.
Say that. I said why.
So why are you acting like I said that?
You pivoted to bombing vessels.
Instead of these safe sites, I would rather bomb.
But why, if it was full of grass, why would that do anything to prevent? Like, what does that have to do with safe injection?
Because it'll scare the rest of them.
Guys,
it'll scare all of them.
Those safe injection sites are for people who are IVing rugs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. Thank you.
So if it's not the rug we're talking about, what difference?
Hold on. The only thing I brought up grass for was because I said I don't even care if it is only grass.
The point is you don't know what's in it. So
I said I don't care.
Okay, you're saying you would rather have this than actual healthcare solutions to these problems.
Yep.
Right? Well, that doesn't make sense if you don't know what the rug in those vessels are.
And then this is what we should
know what the rug in those, you don't know what the
bulk of it does come across
the
border crossings. We should pull all those people out and execute them on the street to scare everybody else, whether they're American citizens or not. Yes, we should. Man. That's what we should do.
Like, why are
sorry, I was interrupting you talking for 99% of the time.
Everything you say is wrong. It's just insane.
Oh, why would you disagree with pulling people out of their vehicle that's trafficking candy across the border legally and executing them? Why would you be against that? Why would you be against that? Are you for trafficking?
So how would you know what they're doing without due process?
If the Border Patrol finds it,
how do you know how do you know they're not being forced to do it? As the cartel is? Can you stop interrupting me?
Don't care.
How would you know that the cartel's not forcing them to do it? What we know is the cartel actually forces people to do this under the threat of violence. They will take their family hostage and say, do this, and then let us know when it's done and we'll release your family. How do you know they're not doing it because the cartel's threatening them?
Well, we just do it at the border. We pull them out. Sit them on the side, put them on their knees, take care of it, and if their family's hurt, who cares?
So you're advocating for unaliving people without due process at the border?
What due process do you need if you're driving a vehicle and then there's rugs stuffed in the tire somewhere?
What I just said.
What is the due process taught them in the act?
I just told you. Look at Worm says yes in chat. Worm, that's because you are undereducated. That's why you said yes, Worm. You're one of these many people. You're just like this guy. It's the same exact type of person. So first of all, I just explained to you that the cartel is known for historically forcing people to traffic in these substances at the threat of violence to their family. They will take a family member hostage, hold them, and under the threat of violence say, you must deliver this to this location. Otherwise, your family member gets unalived. So how do we know without due process that person is not doing this under the threat of violence? We find out through the course of an investigation and due process, right?
What's your study? What percentage of them
in possession of something?
Okay, what's your study? What's the percentage of people that are forced to do it? Give me a study. I need a peer-reviewed, peer-cited study of the exact.
It doesn't matter if it's 2%.
That's what I thought. See, you want to do that for me, but you don't want to do it for yourself. Okay, got it.
Wait, you want the number?
I want a peer-reviewed study about how many people are forced to do it versus people that are doing it for the money. Yep,
so
that's exactly what I want.
What if it's 1%?
1%, then 99% successful rate.
So then it wouldn't make a difference for you either way.
Nope.
Then why would you want me to provide a study? Tina, thank you so much, Tina.
Because you're acting like it's a big problem. I'm saying it's probably not.
I'm not for, in any case, unaliving people without due process because you don't know the situation. You don't know the circumstances. And yes, if you don't know, yes, people do traffic rugs under the threat of violence from the cartel. It happens all the time. If you don't know this, go look it up and you will find out. Asking for a study when you're saying you don't care if
I want to study.
Relevant.
I'm a credentialist. I mean, what's wrong with it? It is a deterrent at the maximum penalty of the law. It is the biggest penalty. I would never do it if you could be like, hey, I'm going to take out this. I said, well, I'm going to die anyway, so go ahead and do it.
So let me ask you a question. Would you do it now under the threat of going to prison for the rest of your life?
For money, yes, absolutely.
Then why haven't you done it?
I don't have the connections. I would do it like once or twice, get like 5 or 10 grand. I would do
So
it.
you don't have the connections.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody in the cartel's in the chat, go ahead and message me. I'll go ahead and drive back and forth a couple times. Don't worry about it.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Goofball. I have gotten the worst people between last night and this morning. Like, if you guys didn't watch me on the tube last night, by the way, if you guys aren't watching me, I debate on the tube at night now. I just started a few days ago. The streams have already started to pick up, and we are getting relentless Muppets. But we smashed on them last night. So make sure you guys go to the link to my bio. I need you guys in the chat because for some reason I'm just getting straight up roasted by MAGA in the chat all night. Like, my supporters are there too, but there's a lot of them. Wendy, what's up? Are you a Trump supporter? Wendy? I think Wendy's walking. Brittany, thank you so much for the 5, Brittany. I really appreciate you, Brittany. These are fake accounts in my guest box. Neither of you are coming up. Good try, though. Are you a MAGA supporter? Come on, be honest, Aaron. No. Sorry, Aaron. I'm too smart to be a MAGA supporter, Aaron. I wish I was like you, though. Get stuck in revolving doors. Worm says, thank you for all my new followers. Yeah, you're welcome, Worm. You got 4 new followers that are MAGA. Congrats. I hope they really value you. The 4 people that were rooting for you in chat that all spelled "you're" wrong. You have 4 new people that don't know the difference between "your" and "your." Congratulations. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, my guy. You guys see Nancy Pelosi's not running for re-election? That's good news. I know. I try to get this QTK person in the box. Fiscal or physical? Yeah. Yeah. He says you pronounce fiscal and physical the same way. And was like, I don't know, man. Whatever. Lisa, thank you so much, Lisa. W. Lisa in the chat. Thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate that, Lisa. Thank you for the support today, guys. I really appreciate it. For some reason, yesterday, I don't know if it was the time went on and not many people supported. So thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate the support. Trump went off about her too, who Nancy Pelosi. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I did see that. MAGA doesn't have empathy for anyone other than themselves. Republicans don't, typically speaking. We need to get everyone over 60 out of Congress. Yeah. You know, the truth is, Mom Donnie, believe it or not, and, I know a lot of people might not believe me here, has the opportunity to really move us into a new age of Democrat. I'm telling you, I'm being honest. Has a real chance. I believe that. And I think Mom Donnie really is the guy to do it too. Well-spoken, personable, really just kind of listens to voters, which is something I think is so rare. That's the thing that people don't understand is that that listening to voters is why Mom Donnie ultimately won this election. Trey, thank you so much, Trey. Seriously, Trey, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Listening to the people. Hey, this is what the problem is. What can you do? What can I do to make this better for you? You know? All right, this guy says you're slow, Adam. Mason, why don't you come up in the guest box real quick and tell me why you don't like Mom Donnie? Let's hear it. Why don't you like Mom Donnie? Let's hear it. Are you Islamophobic or are you scared? Are you scared to get in the guest box and tell me? Come prove to everybody how smart you are and tell us what you don't like about Mom Donnie. Not a single person's been able to tell me one solid reason why. In fact, Republicans came up today and both argued they don't think he can accomplish what he wants to accomplish. That's not a reason to dislike him. So you're saying you want those things to happen. Promising free stuff is why you won. No, and it's not free. It's taxing wealthy people their fair share. Taxing the wealthy their fair share. Why are you cheering for the billionaire class? They don't care about you. This protects you from them. They're using you. Oh, dear fucking God. Lindsay, thank you so much, Lindsay. I really appreciate that, Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay. Trey W, thank you, Trey. Appreciate you, Trey. Drew, are you a Trump supporter? Trey, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Trey.
No, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I am.
Okay. Why'd you vote for
Mom Donnie? Don't you think it's not just billionaires he's going after, though? Isn't he going after anybody making over $1 million?
Well, yes. Yes, millionaires. Well, do you think millionaires need to pay their fair share as well as billionaires and raising the corporate tax?
You just said billionaires, and now you moved it down to millionaires.
It's both. It's both.
Okay, well, a millionaire is not that much money in New York.
Okay, well, a millionaire is a 2% raise on their taxes. So
Yeah, but why raise taxes? They're just going to leave.
we'll see. I don't think they're going to, but I guess the proof is in the pudding. What else don't you like?
I think that's a big deal.
Is a good idea? Karen, thank you. Karen. Thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate it, Karen. If they leave, they leave. What do you think about his community policing program?
I don't know anything about it, but his rent control program is going to completely destroy the city.
Well, I bet you it doesn't, but we'll see. You don't know anything about his community policing program? Let me ask you a question. Do you think we need 7,000 more police officers?
Where, New York?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't live there. Not sure.
Okay, well, you understand that more cops doesn't ultimately stop crime.
I mean, I'm sure more police reduces crime. It won't stop it.
Well, they don't prevent crime, so it doesn't typically reduce crime.
They can prevent crime being present.
They don't statistically prevent crime, is what I'm saying. Tara, thank you so much, Tara. And thank you for entertaining me on my flights home. Thank you so much, Tara. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you watch. Well, here's the thing, right? Do you think I'll reframe the question. And this is a super big deal. And this is something I've been an advocate for a long time. It's very important to me. Police officers responding to mental health issues, having community outreach programs working to prevent these things from happening. You understand?
Yeah, I mean, do you have any proof that works? Or is this all theory?
I have proof. I mean, I can show you that police generally escalate situations like when they respond to mental health situation, and that I could show you proof that police are not trained or equipped to deal with people suffering a mental health crisis. And I can show you proof that police don't typically prevent crime and solve very little crime. Like I can show you that the theory of deterrence, which our government uses to prevent people from committing crime, just generally speaking, doesn't work. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I think you could train police officers better to deal with those situations. So they probably need more funding.
So you think we should train police officers in mental health? So they're going to go to school for 4 years and be trained to deal with mental. I mean, we're talking about mental health issues here. I don't know what kind of training we could provide them. Why should someone with a gun deal with nonviolent mental health?
De-escalation training. It's not super complex.
They're training. They're already trained. They're trained in de-escalation. What do you mean?
Well, then they need to have more training. They're not doing it right.
They are trained in de-escalation. It's clearly they're not capable of doing the job.
I mean, I don't know if you can prove to me that somebody walking in as a therapist will do better than a police officer in that situation.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm serious. What do you want to say?
Remember, I was very specific with my language. A non-violent mental health emergency. Non-violent mental health emergency. The cops are responding to a non-violent mental health emergency rather than someone equipped to deal with mental health issues.
I mean, it depends on what the emergency is. Non-violent.
I just told you mental health.
I mean, what are you saying? The city needs more community officers that could deal with mental health crisis? Is that
Yeah. What I'm saying is that What I'm saying is that they will the DCS will deploy responders who are trained for mental health crisis rather than police, right? They'll have preventative programs in place to address the root cause of crime, like houselessness, right? Like mental health issues. So they can prevent those calls from ever happening. But community engagement rather than police as a whole is the point of what I'm trying to make here, right? The point I'm trying to make here. Like, I think NYPD should be responsible for serious crime, right? And it's important to reallocate funds for social and mental health duties to community-based teams and let cops deal with violent offenders, right? That's basically what I think is needs to be done, and that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, but by doing that, are you reducing the police force?
Nope, stays the same. The argument was,
yeah, I mean, that's fine. New York can try it and see how it works. I live in Minneapolis, and they've tried it, and I don't think there's much to prove from.
They tried what?
The same thing, defunding the police. You can look it up, and
I don't think they tried the same policy.
I don't know if it's the same, but I think it's similar.
I know they do.
What was the policy?
It's just what you just described as expanding people in the community to deal with mental health crisis instead of police. Minneapolis does not like police officers.
And what didn't work? What specifically are you saying didn't work?
The crime rate. It's still a rat hole down there, Minneapolis. So,
So let's look at this because I don't know what the crime rate is off the top of my head. And I don't talk about Minnesota that much, so I need to see here. So crime is significantly down in Minneapolis, dude. There's a significant decline. It's been going down for several years, pretty consistent with the national trends. Usually we talk about DC and places like that, and here we don't talk about, but it's consistent here. Murder's down about 54%, robbery's down 45%, carjacking's down about approximately 39%, pew victims down about 30%, assaults down about 10%. So it's been, these key violent crimes have decreased substantially this year. But it looks like if we're looking over the last several years, they're still slightly above pre-pandemic levels, but have been consistently declining since then.
Homicides have been going up ever since 2020.
No, murder's down this year.
No, homicides 2019 were 48. I'm looking at it right now. They've been trending.
Well, what are you looking at?
Minneapolis homicides.
No, where?
The city of Minneapolis.
And it says what? The
Homicide.
homicide rate in Minneapolis in 25 is down. You're comparing it to 2024, right? Not pre-pandemic levels. I'm talking about, you have to look at the annual report. It shows a decline of about 40 to 54% in murders.
I'm saying since they implemented the policy, which was in 2020 during the.
Okay, so you're looking at a different statistic. I just simply said crime is down in You said crime is out of control this year in Minneapolis. It's down.
I didn't say this year. I said it's trending up. If you know math, you look at a trend rate. You don't take a year. It's down this year. What about the trend?
Yeah, that's why I just stated 3 sentences ago it was slightly above pre-pandemic levels, but it's still trending downward.
Yeah, but like I said, they implemented the policy and it's trending up. So you're going to lose this debate. You can look at the stats.
I'm not losing this debate. I just proved you wrong if it's down this year.
Down this year, but take a look at the average over the last 4 years since the policy was implemented.
What policy, by the way? In Minneapolis,
The police officers.
The police is just a statement. What's the policy?
The policy is they have way less police officers than they did 4 years ago. You can look up the.
That's not. Okay, so that's not what we're talking about. So he doesn't know the policy.
Well, I don't know the name of the policy now, but I know they have less police.
I really hate when Trump supporters claim victory in conversations. You're going to lose this, but you got to stop claiming people are going to lose when you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so
how much can we pivot that quickly? It's trending up. So
it's not. It's down this year. It's not trending up.
What about
it's been consistent with the guy. I don't know if you like you. Why do you guys have this arrogant attitude when you're so fucking wrong? Like you can't even tell me what policy. The policy.
Did you take like math in high school?
Since they implemented the policy. The policy. He's talking about having 1,000 less police officers. What? How many less police officers? What's the policy?
I don't know what the name of the policy did.
How the fuck do you know?
What are you laughing at?
You don't know the policy. How can you possibly attribute it to a rising crime rate? Are you dense?
No, I'm not dense.
Clearly you fucking are.
I just said the police force has been decreasing.
But we were talking about the community policing program in New York City. That's how we got here.
I know we pivoted, but you want
you pivoted. You pivoted by drawing a false equivalency when you can't substantiate your argument.
Well,
you brought up Minnesota. I would have no reason to bring up Minneapolis. You brought it up to try and prove your point.
I'm saying it hasn't worked. That's what I'm familiar with.
But I just told you before that New York City's not decreasing their police force, you shoe.
I think that's great. And I said they can go ahead and try it. So
I'm starting.
Not dense.
You are. Hey. You're a little dense, my guy. I told you before you even pivoted. You asked me, are they reducing the police force? I said no. I said they're simply not adding more police. So what they're doing is, hey, Helena, thank you so much, Helena. I really appreciate it. It's like I try and be patient with these guys, but they have this like sense of arrogance, like they're good at this, like they know what they're talking about. And like I'm actively proving you wrong, and you're still going, you're gonna lose it to me. Like, shut up. You're not nearly as smart as mom told you. So I told you, you asked me, are they going to decrease the officers? No. So it's not the same policy. It's a totally different policy. It's simply about not adding 7,000 more police officers, which was the original proposal.
Are you done now?
Shut up, bro. Am I done now? Are you done now? Yes, the fuck you are. Goofy. Of course he's not listening. That's why I'm not going to waste my fucking time. Fucking know-it-all of nothing. Christopher, thank you so much, Christopher. Appreciate you, Christopher. Hey, John, why don't you come up and explain why it's bad policy, John? Come tell me right now it's a bad policy, John. Christopher, Christopher. Thank you so much, Christopher. it's not that even that they're mad, right? But they're just arrogant. Like, what are you arrogant about? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say it's the same thing if you don't know what the policy is? Number one. And number two, you just admitted it's not the same policy because we're not talking about a reduction in police. We're talking about keeping the police force the same, right? And not increasing it by applying the same solution to a problem that continuously gets worse, which is more cops. We need to try something different. Community policing, prevention, community prevention programs. Stephanie, thank you, Stephanie. I really appreciate you, Stephanie. Hey, thank you so much for the turkey, whoever, thank you so much. Minneapolis never cut its police force. Paco, this is true, I believe, but but they do have less police officers because I think there was a somewhat of an exodus after the whole George Floyd thing. I don't think it's significant, but you are correct. I don't think there was actual legislation that resulted in cutting police officers, but you know how it goes. Worm is trying to get back up here. Should I bring this guy back up here? Or should I not? All right, let's bring this guy up here. It calls me Adam Firestarter. Yeah, you're damn right, Moyles. You're damn right. Burn down the system. You're right. I do like starting fires. Starting fires that enforce people's rights. Human rights. You know what that is, Moyles? Come up in the guest box. I just sent you an invite. Adam always cries. Bro, you should go work on your shocking news channel and leave me alone, dude. Go work on your shocking news. Guys, you're not going to believe what happened today. Oh my God. So there's this creator on here that literally just ate a cake on camera and dropped it on their shirt. You're not going to believe this. Watch this video now. Dude, that was crazy. Follow and like for more. Julie, thank you so much, Julie. Appreciate you, Julie. Guys, you are not going to believe what this creator said on live stream. You're going to have to stay tuned right here. Oh my God, I can't believe they said that. Follow and like for more. Guys, you're not going to believe it, but this creator, some of you know him. He was on live stream earlier with his girlfriend, and they were talking about, you know, I can't say it, but oh my God, check out the video here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow and like for more. Oh God. Hi, I don't know how I got in here, but
Hello.
This is pretty cool. What are you doing in here?
Hello, bro.
Hey, what's going on? It was an accident. I get sucked in here.
I don't understand.
It basically sucks me in here against my will. I don't know why. It's a TikTok glitch where randomly it will just suck me in here.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
My English is so
all right.
bad.
That's all right. I appreciate you, bro. Take care.
I push you.
All right, bro.
Thank you.
I don't know why TikTok does that for me. Nah, that guy wasn't doing it. It was, sometimes TikTok just does it, but there are guys that when it happens, they will spam the battle button so I can't leave and say, no, one battle, and they'll spam it so I can't leave. But he wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that at all. God. Moyles, why don't you come up here? Now it makes people think that I'm battling. Still go try and push battles? Yeah, sometimes, but... Wait, what happened? Wow. Oh, Megyn Kelly said, hey, listen, I don't give a shit what Megyn Kelly said. All right. Megyn Kelly should be flying a spaceship. Thank you so Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you so much, Sherry. I really appreciate you, Sherry. Yeah, Megyn Kelly should be flying a spaceship. I don't know what she's talking about politics at all for, but Megyn Kelly said that Muslims should not hold office in the United States, should not hold elected office in the United States. Megyn Kelly doesn't think Muslims should hold office in America. What a ridiculous fucking take, man. How dare you? How dare you, dude? I want to see her say that. That's some typical Republican bullshit right there. The Islamophobic mudsling is really what caused him, Mamdani to get elected. So, I mean, how could you be afraid of Muslim people, right? And I'm not saying that any religion, like we absolutely should have a separation of church and state. It's there for a reason. But this idea, right, that we shouldn't be afraid of Christian nationalists who are actively advocating for eliminating the establishment clause of the Constitution, but we should be afraid of Muslim people who denounce Sharia law as a governing system. Explain that one to me. He's not going to implement Sharia law. He already denounced it as a governing system. He can't. He literally can't. Isn't Islam a peaceful religion? Yes, it is. And again, look, everyone I've ever met who was Muslim was peaceful, was nice, and you know what the consistent, my consistent experience with them is that they never try and indoctrinate me. They never say the things that Christian Americans say. But what I do know for sure is that there are Christian nationalists that want to eliminate the separation of church and state. I never hear that from the mouth of Muslim people. So, never. Have you ever heard a Muslim person say, I want to eliminate the separation of church and state? No. How would a mayor of New York City implement Sharia law anyway? Exactly. It's quite literally a dumb argument, but it's fear-mongering. It's the same reason they say they tried to spread ridiculous rumors about Mamdani wanting to unalive all Jewish people because he's Muslim and trying to mischaracterize what intifada means and all this kind of shit. Bro, shut up. I've been debating since last night. I'm tired of the goofy shit. I want somebody new. They fear anyone who's different. They absolutely do. All right, you know what? This is what we'll do. Ready? I'm going to do this real quick, everybody. I want everybody here. Hold on. Okay. I want you two to introduce yourself to each other. Liam, say hi to Worm, and Worm, say hi to Liam.
What's going on, Worm?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I can't really hear you. You're speaking to your microphone.
You got to speak into your mind.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to get too loud because they say I yell.
Okay. So, what do you guys tell each other something you think you have in common?
No,
Nobody cares. Fucking double dunked him. Oh God. Did you guys see my latest TikTok video? This kid I debated last night, claimed that he walked in. Yeah, Worm, I'm terrified of you. I only destroyed you earlier today. So basically, this kid I debated last night was claiming that he doesn't understand like eligibility status for SNAP. And he tried to claim that the reason he knows that undocumented immigrants benefit from SNAP is because he went inside the office. By the way, if you guys are not watching me on YouTube debate at night, you have to go to the YouTube in the link to my bio and watch me debate over there. It's crazy. But anyway, he says he heard these guys admit that they were undocumented in the office where he was applying for SNAP. Like, so first of all, I asked him if he speaks Spanish. No. And then I catch him in the lie and he goes, I said, how do you know their eligibility status? How do you know their documentation status? He goes, because then his family started talking about how they're illegal when they went inside to apply. Bro, you got caught. You got caught. You lied. They fucking lie. Like, it's crazy. They use anecdotes. They lie about their experiences and try and use that as points. It happens a lot on YouTube. Not so much over here, but it happens a lot on YouTube. Thank you so much, Bob. Cosmo's back again. Oh, God. All right, so we'll ask Cosmo again for his fucking source. Cosmo, do you have a source?
I am Democrat.
You're a Democrat.
My pronouns and adverbs.
Bro, shut up. You're not funny.
What's up, dude?
You're not funny, dude.
I was bringing up. Okay.
Are you going to show us that Lambo, by the way, you claimed you were, last time?
Dude, I showed it to you, and I will show it to you again sometime, but not today.
You've never showed it to me. You've never
forgot.
No, I didn't. So did anyone ever see that in here?
Yes.
No, everyone in here is going to say no because we never saw it. So.
First of all, the emblem is a Ferrari emblem, not a Lamborghini.
Whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Just so you know. All right, just trying to educate you on that. So talking about SNAP, your favorite subject, right? So you're an activist for SNAP, right?
Oh, I said we were talking about undocumented immigrants receiving SNAP. Are they receiving SNAP?
All right, so we'll talk about that too. So
are they receiving SNAP?
Yes, I think you and I went through this.
Okay, show me where they're receiving SNAP.
So you could be undocumented, and if you apply for asylum properly, you can qualify for SNAP.
Not anymore. Well, you could, but not now.
Historically, you could. So the notion that
a documented person
people can't is really
that's a documented person, though.
Well, you're not documented if you're applying for asylum.
It's what the law refers to as lawfully present. You are considered lawfully present if you are an asylee or seeking asylum. Now you can't get it when you're seeking asylum. Just so you know, it's not.
Party's over. The party's over.
But the point is, you were not undocumented. Undocumented is people who enter the United States illegally without a visa, overstay their visa. Those people were never allowed to receive.
Was I disputing that? Was I disagreeing with that?
Yes, you were. You were saying. You were saying yesterday and today, just now you said it, that undocumented people receive SNAP. People who are applying for asylum were considered lawfully present and were able to apply for SNAP in certain circumstances. They are not anymore.
You're just conflating lawfully present with documented. That's what I think.
They're not undocumented if they fill out an application. The law referred to them as lawfully present, so they weren't undocumented people. Now, SNAP eligibility is limited to permanent residents, right? People, asylees, refugees, people like that in certain circumstances. Nobody that's filling out an application.
What I'm telling you is if you just fill out an application, it doesn't automatically grant you the process or anything. Filling out the application is not like, is not like a touchdown. Filling out an application is the first step in the process after you step your foot on the soil here.
That's a requirement for seeking asylum in the United States.
Right, and what percentage of undocumented do you believe actually apply for asylum?
I don't know, off the top of my head. Why? What's the point?
Very low. Very low.
Who cares? And not a lot of people are on SNAP that are asylees.
40 million US are on Snap.
No, that are
Mostly
asylees.
your people.
That are asylees.
Mostly your people.
Your people? What does that mean?
You're part of the white community, the white T community.
What are you talking about?
Majority of Snap recipients are white.
Okay. What's your point?
So I was saying the majority of your people are on that, or on Snap.
Do you think I'm like what? Who cares who's on Snap? People need Snap.
I do.
What's your point?
I do, because I'm worried about the waste, fraud, and abuse.
I've asked you multiple times to provide me a study that shows 50%. Can you do it? That was your claim.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's get back to that. That's right, you're right.
So we'll wait for the study.
Yeah, I came back and you couldn't get me back up, I think, but...
Do you have the study?
I do.
All right, let's see it. What's the study?
So I'm going to start with... first, I'm going to start with statistics, right?
No. What's the study that 50% of SNAP recipients are fraudulent?
No, that's not what I said. What I said was...
Yes,
50%.
Listen, Cosmo, we're not going to play this game. I'm not dumb. I can remember 24 hours ago. You said 50% of people on Snap are fraudulent. You need to substantiate that claim. Don't move the goalpost now. Don't you dare move the fucking goalpost. 50% of people are on Snap. No goalpost moving. If you can't substantiate it, just say I lied.
Am I permitted to tell you what I told you?
No. I know what I don't need you to tell. Listen, I don't need you to tell me
what I said.
Cosmo, yes, you said 50%. I said less than 1%. You said
I have a 50% number. So I have a 50% number, and it's different than what you're saying. Here's the 50% number, and here's the
You
source.
said if you said it wrong, that's fine. But you said 50% of the people on Snap are fraudulent. Guy, I will go pull the live up and clip these two clips together and make you look foolish, but you're not popular enough for me to waste my time.
Okay, I understand.
You said 50% of people on Snap are fraudulent yesterday and the day before.
I would
Can
agree
you
to that.
substantiate that 50% are fraudulent?
All right, here's what we confirmed. Okay, here's what we confirmed since yesterday, because you couldn't bring me up yesterday because I had the data and I was giving it to you in the chat box, but you ignored it. So anyway, there's a site. It's called USDA.oig.gov, right? USDA.oig.
You give the proof. Listen, here's the thing, right?
I'm giving you the source.
No, you're going to answer my question, right? I know that for you, it doesn't matter because nobody knows who the fuck you are, but you're not going to make claims that 50% of people are on Snap or fraudulent and get away with it. You claimed.
We're going to get away with it.
Not one day, 2 days in a row. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show that 50% of people on Snap are fraudulent. Can you substantiate what you said? Yes or no?
Since you're forcing me to do this, I'll do it the way you want to do it. Okay?
No, it's not the way. No.
You're like
No. It's not the way I want to do it. It's what you said. So now what we do is we show everybody that you're a lying POS. You said 50% of people on Snap are fraudulent. Can you substantiate with this source you claim to have that 50% of people on Snap are fraudulent? Just like you claimed you have a VPN connection to Project 2026 like a clown. Can you substantiate it, yes or no?
Yes, I'm going to do it the way you want to do it. Yes. Okay, so here we go. So there's a website. You have access. I assume you have access to the internet. Can
you just read me the part where 50% and how they calculated 50%?
Well, the way it's broken up is it's in multiple parts of the website, so you have to put it together.
Okay, put it together for us. We'll watch.
Right. You have to put it together. So there's a website called USDA.oig.oversight.
Guys, get your popcorn. This is going to be hilarious. Go ahead.
Right. So there's a website called USDA.oig.oversight.gov. Right. And what they do is they zero down into like the states. Right. So New York is like the largest state. The recipients of SNAP. People in New York, the majority of the population that receives SNAP come from New York, right? So that's a good state to look at when you're looking at these statistics, right? It's a relevant state. It's the largest, number one SNAP recipient state.
Can you hurry up?
So that's number one. Number two, the
Are
funding.
you guys laughing yet?
Did I say something incorrect?
Yes, but keep going. We're just going to keep
Did I say
laughing.
that was incorrect? New York is the number one SNAP recipient.
Can you please make your point? We're all just going to laugh at you. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not going to let you get away with something that's not true. That's misinformation. New York State.
You're not going to let me get away with something. I haven't said anything.
I have too many. You did say something.
Yes, we're laughing. Can you please
There's too
tell
many people here. You have 1,200 people here.
All right, we're waiting. We're waiting for you to prove it. Go ahead. We're waiting.
Yeah,
50% of people, guys, remember the claim is 50% of people on SNAP are fraudulent. Go ahead.
So New York State is one of the largest SNAP recipients, is the largest SNAP recipient state out of all the states in the United States. Okay? The federal government, funds all of the states. And the states, like New York, as the number one, is responsible for the administration of SNAP, right? The cost associated with the administration of SNAP for New York State is $100 million per year. DOJ just found in excess of $50 million of SNAP fraud, and they're prosecuting. That is 50% of the administrative costs for New York State, right there. That's without getting into all of the details regarding all the other DOJ cases for SNAP fraud.
Still waiting for our 50% of SNAP.
I just gave you 50%. I just gave you 50% of the administrative costs for SNAP in New York.
So wait, can you tell me how they calculate? How do they calculate this?
Well, the state government receives federal
New York's
funding.
not the largest state.
It's not the largest state. It's the largest SNAP recipient.
No, it isn't.
Well, what state is California?
Yes.
All right, so it's New York is number two relevant states. Right? And I think it's number one is New York. California just happens to be the larger state. It doesn't mean it's the largest state.
Oh, man.
New York and California are the most relevant.
This is what you said. Look, I'm going to give you one more opportunity.
50%.
Listen, you conceded. Listen, you conceded so quick it's painful. But listen,
Adam, 50% of the administrative costs for SNAP in New York State is.
By the way, what website are you looking at again? Just so I can.
USDA.oig.oversight.gov.
Dot what? USDA. Dot what?
USDA.oig.
Huh?
Dot oversight.
Dot oversight.
Yeah, that's Office of Inspector General.
Okay, that doesn't come up as anything.
USDA.oig.
That doesn't come up as anything. That doesn't come up. That nothing comes up.
You're not typing it right.
Oh, I'm typing it right. Nothing's coming up. Is anything coming up for you guys?
Yes, I'm looking at it right now. So what I'm saying to you is, if it costs New York State, as an example, say the first or second largest SNAP recipient state, $100 million a year to administer SNAP, and 50% of it, $50 million is fraud. That's 50%.
Still doesn't substantiate your claim, by the way.
That's
by the
50%.
way, New York's not number 2 either.
But what is it?
It's actually ranked 4th. So you're not right the first time. You're not right the second time.
I'm from New York, so I'm picking
the
New York.
third time, you're not ranked.
That wasn't the question.
It's number 4.
Okay, so that wasn't the question, though. What state
The question was simple. I've asked you to provide.
Right, so I picked the state.
I don't listen. Can you tell me how they collected this evidence regardless? But the point is, tell me.
Out.
Okay, how did they do it? Go ahead.
It's laid out in the justice.gov. And it's
the Department of Justice is a joke, but go ahead. Lay it out for me. What is it?
Go to the DOJ.gov and type in SNAP fraud.
I'm not typing it. I'm asking you to read it to me. Go ahead.
So go to USDA. They basically have it all laid out here. It says that the administrative.
Did you read it? You keep saying it was laid out. Did you read it?
I read it and I took notes. I'm reading it.
So tell me what your notes is. What's their collection method?
It says that the administrative costs, all of the administrative costs associated.
No. What's the collection method? How did they conduct? How did they find this out? How did they collect this information?
They collected it from justice.gov and the DOJ.
Oh my God! How did they collect it?
They collected the data from justice.gov and the DOJ databases.
Oh my God.
And there's 16 and $30 million DOJ cases that just came out. You didn't even see those for SNAP frauds.
He can't tell you the collection method. So again, his claim was this, guys: 50% of people on SNAP are fraudulent. 50% of people on SNAP are fraudulent. It's not true. It's
That's
not.
true.
No, it's not. It's wrong. And you embarrassed yourself. And by the way,
I started.
Do you think
with
that
the New York State case, to give you an example?
Guy, literally the first words out of your mouth were incorrect. New York State, the largest state of SNAP recipients, the largest state. No, it's not. Oh, it's number 2 then. No,
You're
no, it's not.
conflating-
It's number 3
you're
then.
conflating-
No, it's not.
You're conflating the size, the population with the SNAP recipients. Because a state is larger in population doesn't translate to
Using
more SNAP
the word
recipients.
conflating, like
Conflating means you're mixing and confusing things.
Cosmo, listen, I talk to pseudo intellectuals a lot. You're one of them, right? And I hate to say this, right? Honestly, right? It's like you're Ferrari. You're just a liar. You lie about shit.
Right. So you made some mistakes here. So
Sure, what's the collection method? Tell us what the collection method
I
is.
told you the collection method. They source
get it?
data from the DOJ.gov.
And how did they collect that information?
If you go to DOJ.gov, they have a website.
Yeah.
Their website, the Department of Justice
I'm
website.
asking you. I don't want to go to the DOJ website. I want to ask you.
I'm telling you. I go to the DOJ website and I look at all of the SNAP fraud cases, and they have all of the prosecutions lined up. That excludes in a nation. That excludes all of the pending.
Do you guys think this guy gets stuck in revolving doors? Like, really? Do you think he does?
Dude,
You're
I'm telling you, there is SNAP fraud, and you just don't. And another statistic
No one said
came
there.
out on
Nobody said
Cato.
there. Nobody said there was no SNAP fraud. What we said was it's a small percentage, definitely no higher than 10%,
1%.
more likely less than 1%. And you still haven't substantiated that it's 50%. So we're still here
I did
with you
substantiate
not
it.
providing that you didn't prove that 50% of people on SNAP are fraudulent.
Because you couldn't get to the website. I gave you the website. I said, go
No,
to
that
USDA.
still does not prove that 50% of people who are receiving SNAP are fraudulent.
It does.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't prove that 50%. Okay, if you think it does, it's because you're just.
If it costs you as a state $100 million a year, let's say hypothetically, if it costs you $100 million a year to administer SNAP, right, based upon funds you receive from the federal government, and
This
then
guy's
50%,
trying to read a report that he doesn't understand.
and 50%
And
of
he's
it,
trying to make it into his argument, and it's embarrassing. He doesn't realize how this sounds. Dude, this is like a fucking, I need dressing for this fucking word salad. Shut up.
so you're turning it into a pretzel situation.
Oh my
So what I'm going to have to do is break it down into like,
All right, here's what we want you to do. We don't want you to break anything down.
Jeff,
We want you to go on camera now. I gotta see who's on the other side of this. Please, for the love of God, do us all a favor. Just go on camera and show us who you are. I need to see you. I need to know that I'm talking to a real
the
person.
worst, you have seen me. The worst thing that's happened to you
Never
is they
seen
legalized marijuana. That was the worst thing that happened to you. They never should have legalized marijuana for you because your brain is fried. You can't even understand the word conflate. You can't even go to a website that has more than one
I
syllable.
understand the word conflate. Cosmo,
No.
listen to me. Cosmo, listen to me.
Yeah.
I mean, this Cosmo, listen to me. And I use this a lot because it's people like you that it represents the best. You're so far behind in the race, you think you're leading. Conflate. You can't even understand conflate. Is that a word? You've used that word 80 times in this conversation. Is that a new word you learned about that?
Because you're mixing.
I didn't mix anything up. Can you go on camera, please? Conflate. You don't know conflate. Conflate. Can you go on camera, please? This has to either be a troll or a kid. This can't be real. This guy can't legitimately think. You know what I mean? There's no way. So just please go on camera and just show me you, and then we'll move on. Even if you want to put you could put a mask on if you want, like just a lower mask. I just want to see that you're a person. He definitely learned a new word, and he thinks it's a big word, so he keeps using it multiple times. So he keeps using it in the debate multiple times because he just learned it. Dude, if you're gonna conflate this, then Cosmo, come on, bro. Cosmo, come on. It'll be very revealing for yourself to finally let this out.
Bro, I've been on your live with camera.
I know this is just like when you showed me the Ferrari. Can you just go on camera?
I did that too. You just smoking too much weed, bro.
Bro, you don't know
Your
what
mind
you're
is
talking
fried.
about. Bro, you don't know what you're talking about.
Your mind is fried. That's all I'm saying. So listen, I gotta jump and I'll come back.
No.
I'll come back.
I have to go on camera before you leave.
I can't. I gotta jump, bro.
No. Don't call me bro. Go on camera.
Hey, miss. I'll call you miss.
Go on camera.
Your pronouns are she.
Go on camera. Go on camera.
Dude, I've been on it a million times with you.
Go on camera, you little weirdo. Go ahead.
I gotta do work.
You've never been on camera.
I have. I gotta do work. I'll come back.
Sure you do. He's got work to do. He's got work to do. Dude, do you ever like give your boss these types of word salads? Yeah, he left. Dude, come on, man. Come on, man. Conflate. Dude, you can't even understand the word conflate. Sometimes I have to laugh, dude, because it's just too fucking funny. He really thinks that's coming off differently. I talked to this guy yesterday. All right, are you a Trump supporter? Are you a Trump supporter?
Pussy, Adam, and I'm just letting you know.
See ya. We didn't hear anything you said because you were minimized. So we only heard the last little bit. Cry more. Cry more, MAGA. Cry more.
Listen, you want to talk?
Why are you so mad?
I'm not mad, but I got a whole bunch of Democrat cities that are going to hell right now.
Give me one.
You can't even realize what the issue is in America.
Can you give me one Charlie Kirk quote that you like?
Why the fuck does that matter? He's deceased,
Can you give
dickhead.
me one Charlie Kirk quote that
He's
you like?
deceased, you asshole.
Can you give me one Charlie Kirk quote that you like?
Yeah, be a good fucking person. Charlie Kirk, 2023, dickhead.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Put that on the monument you guys want to put up at Turning Point USA. Be a good person. Sandra, are you a Trump supporter? Sandra. God, I'm addicted to nerds. I'm addicted to nerds. And not just you guys. I'm talking about the candy. I'm addicted to nerds, and I don't just mean you guys. I mean the candy. You know, nerds. Like, I like you guys too. You're nerds too. I'm a nerd too, but these are delicious. No, these are the original nerds. Oh, these little sugary rocks. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I raided in my son's Halloween bag. If you couldn't tell where I got all this candy from, I stole it. Yeah, you can't hide it from me. If you're wondering why I have so many different candies going on here, Laffy Taffy and everything I got, it's because I stole it. No, it's not the gummies, no. I I got to check it and make sure there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Oop, looks poisonous. I'll have to take it. Whoop. That looks suspicious. By the way, something about the Reese's cups this year, they looked really fucking suspicious. I had to eat them all to check. Caitlin, thank you so much, Caitlin. Caitlin, seriously, thank you for the support, Caitlin. I really appreciate that, Caitlin. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Seriously. Ronald, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
And what do you think about what's going on in the country right now, Ronald? Are you happy with the way things are going?
I think the border is going great.
So you support what's happening with mass deportation then, Ronald?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why?
Because we see all these illegal immigrants coming in and getting benefits and all that stuff, you know? And they're coming in the country, and all these Democrats like you want free slave labor.
So what benefits are undocumented immigrants receiving?
Well, they use fake like stuff for their like to get benefits, you know, like.
No, I don't know. What federal benefits are undocumented immigrants receiving?
Emergency services.
Okay. So what you mean is when they go to the hospital and if they're dying, they'll get life-sustaining care. Thank God. Thank God we don't live in a country where we let people die because they're not documented.
Is that not
Outside
a
of
federal
that,
benefit?
no, it's not a benefit, right? It's called humanity, right? Yes, only under life-sustaining purposes can an undocumented person go to a emergency room and receive life-sustaining care. Thank God, because I don't want to live in a country where you go to an emergency room, you know, with a stab wound and they don't help you survive.
Well, they also do schooling too. We got to pay for their schooling here.
Pay for their schooling? You mean children born in the United States as a result of undocumented immigrants?
Well, no, the undocumented immigrants who come in here and then with their kids and they go to school. We're paying for their children.
Let me ask you a question. Let's just make this claim more broad. Are undocumented immigrants a net positive or net negative?
Net negative.
Okay, so why are they a net negative? Do you understand their tax contributions are significant?
Well, yeah, but I also have other studies that show that they're a net negative.
Okay, cool. What study?
Give me 1 second, please.
Sure. I can just tell you it's going to be the FAIR study, right? You don't even have to minimize. You're talking about the FAIR study, right?
I would have to double check.
It's the FAIR study, 150 billion. Is that correct? That's the only one. That's the best one that they use. Is that it?
Well, if you can give me time to check, then yeah, but the 150 doesn't sound right to me. So let me check.
Well, there isn't one that exceeds 150. So it has to be the FAIR study.
The CIS and USCCR.
The what?
CIS and USCCR.
And USCCR study on undocumented immigration. What's the fiscal burden?
That it costs $68 billion in education and wage depression.
What's the fiscal burden? What's the fiscal burden?
I don't know.
How the fuck do you know they're a net negative? That's less than 100 billion. This doesn't even exceed their tax contributions. What's the fiscal burden? Have you ever read the fucking study? God.
No, I haven't.
So then
I just know that it's a net negative.
Okay, so this is a study that's been debunked, right? PolitiFact says it's not a credible study. It uses misleading statistics, cherry-picked data, flawed assumptions. It exaggerates the negative impacts on immigration, but it also does something that both the FAIR study does as well, which uses the cost of American-born citizens to undocumented immigrants as the cost of undocumented immigration. Do you think that's a fair way, or do you think that unfairly inflates the fiscal burden?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah. Do you think counting the cost of American-born citizens as the cost of undocumented immigrants towards the fiscal burden is fair, or unfairly inflates the fiscal burden?
Unfair.
Right. So why then do they include that in these studies? Why do they include the cost of American-born children to undocumented immigrants as the cost of undocumented immigration? Because do you know why? They don't include any future tax contributions to offset the cost. You can't.
Okay. Well,
You can't include the cost. You can't include the cost of American-born citizens, children to undocumented immigrants, without specifically, without citing their future tax contributions to offset the burden. Because American citizens pay taxes.
Well, well, I'll give you that then. How do illegal immigrants pay taxes when they can't?
Because they're issued what's called an individual taxpayer identification number. Because regardless of your documentation status in the United States, you are responsible for paying taxes. Okay, you're responsible for remaining tax compliant. Undocumented immigrants typically pay taxes to remain tax compliant, so it helps them when applying for citizenship status. It's called an ITIN number. And the contributions are $100 billion. $100 billion in federal, state, and local taxes.
But let's just say that they do pay. Let's just say they do 200 billion a year or whatever, right? Then why should we accept them in here when they come here illegally?
So then you're using the law as your standard for why we should demonize and unfairly or unlawfully deport undocumented and documented people from the country, violate the Fourth Amendment rights of American citizens, right? Arresting and forcing them to provide their citizenship status. Hold on. The Fourth Amendment is search and seizure. So you're slamming American citizens up against the wall and you're forcing them to provide their citizenship status. You have no reasonable suspicion outside of the fact that they are brown, right? Which is against the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. So the constitutional rights violations of American citizens and undocumented immigrants, right? The fact that families are being torn apart, all because they're breaking the law. If your standard is the law, why did you vote for a convicted felon?
Well, are you talking about the business records?
Falsifying business records, tied campaign finance violations. But if your standard is the law, you wouldn't vote for a convicted felon for the highest position in our country.
Felons could be allowed to run, though.
That's true. There is no constitutional requirement that you have a clean criminal record, but that's not what you said. You said if people break the law, they deserve to be deported. So if your standard is people must follow the law,
but Trump's
why would your excuse me, when I'm talking, don't speak. If your standard is people must follow the law, then why would your logic lead you to vote for a convicted felon for the highest position in our government?
Well, he's a citizen, though, so it's a false equivalence, wouldn't it?
No, it's not. Breaking the law is breaking the law. Doesn't matter if he's a citizen or not. If your standard is people must follow the law, you wouldn't vote for a 4-time indicted convicted felon, civilly liable fraudster.
I never said that.
To the highest position in our government. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Well, but I never said that if you break the law, you should be deported. Like if you smoke, let's say you, I don't know, you get caught with DRU. Let's say you get caught with DRU.
What I'm saying to you, listen. What I'm saying to you is, you're now that we've gone over the fact, you tried to throw a bunch of different reasons to justify it. And then you said, well, what about just the fact that they're illegal? Well, your standard can't be that because they're illegal that they should be deported, or that we should follow the law because you voted for someone who's a convicted felon and only received an unconditional discharge because they got elected to the presidency. Your standard isn't the law. You don't care if people break the law, is what the point I'm making. Generally speaking, you don't care if people break the law. Or you wouldn't have voted for a convicted felon. You would have said, no, a convicted felon shouldn't be in the most powerful position in our government.
But they can, though. And if they have good policy, then I'll vote for them.
The only reason they can is because it would be irresponsible constitutionally to put a provision which would prevent people from being in elected office if they were convicted of a felony, because people like Donald Trump, for instance, weaponize the Department of Justice to create these phony indictments so people are criminally convicted and keep them out of elected office. It could cause more of a problem, not because we should have convicted felons in the highest position in our government, but simply to prevent authoritarians from weaponizing the Department of Justice for political purposes.
Well, I mean,
it's the power of an authoritarian in that case, but unfortunately we have one in there anyway.
well, I mean, you guys call ICE all this stuff, and you're like, oh, well, they're racially profiling. Well, isn't that what you're supposed to do? How else would you do it if you're ICE?
Well, ICE claims that there's a multitude of factors they use to determine whether or not someone is undocumented. Race is one of a multitude of factors, but according to the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, you are not allowed to use race as a singular reason for suspicion.
So if you see some Mexican guy working his ass off, you're not going to go over there and ask him his citizenship status? How else are you supposed to do it?
Well, exactly.
They're undocumented, so how do you know?
Exactly. It is impossible to conduct mass deportation by putting ICE and unmarked vehicles to jump out of vehicles and slam people on the fucking ground and force them. You're obviously going to have negative consequences for American citizens and violating the rights of both documented and undocumented people. But understand something, you're proving my point here, right? Is that this isn't the best approach to a situation, especially when you consider the cost of mass deportation, which is billions, if not trillions of dollars. So why are we not granting mass amnesty to the people that are here, knowing that they commit very little crime and knowing they commit $100 billion to our tax system at a federal, state, and local level? Why not grant them mass amnesty and create more tax-paying U.S. citizens? Right.
But liberals say that they're not against ICE's like overall like what their job is. Then how else are you supposed to enforce the position of ICE? How are you supposed to?
I'm totally against everything ICE is doing. I don't know what liberal told you that, but I'm totally against what ICE is doing.
The idea of ICE is fine, but the way that they're doing it is bad. So how are you supposed to do it if you're ICE? How else are you supposed to do it?
I believe that everything they're doing is unconstitutional.
So you think ICE should be abolished completely as an organization?
I think what ICE is doing right now should result in them being abolished. Yeah. I think what they're doing right now is so out of control they should cease to exist.
And how do you deport people without racially profiling?
I don't think we should be deporting these people. I think we already have laws in place to arrest and deport violent offenders, people committing crimes, and I think those are the only people who should be deported. I think we need to focus more on fixing our immigration system rather than focusing on getting people who are already here out of here. I don't think that's productive. It doesn't help American citizens. It costs them money and ultimately violates their rights.
Well, how do you deport these violent criminals, as you guys say, when they're undocumented?
We arrest people for committing violent offenses in this country. You guys like to tokenize Laken Riley. That guy was undocumented. He was arrested for committing the crime that he did. He's put in prison and he will be deported. Well, actually, he's serving life. But regardless, he was arrested. We have laws in place for violent offenders, whether they're documented or undocumented. You get caught just the same, just like he was.
But what if they have prior violent offenses?
I think it's a case-by-case basis, but very typically violent offenders should not be present in the United States if they're undocumented.
But if someone, let's say that, but all the, do you know how these undocumented immigrants even come into the country? Is from the cartel. The cartel brings them in.
Well, it depends. That's not 100% the case, but it entirely depends. But the point is, anyway, that you're trying to say what specifically justifies deporting undocumented immigrants. Go ahead.
Well, I think we kind of already talked about it.
So you can't provide me anything?
Well, you're saying that they attribute to the economy, therefore they should stay, right?
Contribute.
Okay, whatever. But you know what I'm saying, right? That's your argument?
No, I don't know what you're saying. I'm trying to get your argument, right, is that we should be removing undocumented immigrants from the country. It's not my burden. It's you've been asking me questions this whole time, this is how you guys debate. You ask me 40 questions in a row, I answer them, and you leave. This is how it works every time. Do you know how to debate?
Well, let's talk about mass amnesty then.
Sure.
How would that? I've watched Dean Withers talk for a little bit, and he says that mass amnesty would make all the undocumented immigrants become documented. How does that even work?
Yeah, people who are undocumented, you would make it much easier for them to become citizens.
But how, though? How would you go about that?
What difference does it make? Why is this important, relevant to the argument?
Because that's your solution against.
No, but I said no violent. I said no violent offenders. So outside of violent offenders, yes. Outside of violent offenders, anyone who's committed a violent offense, right? Anyone who's been arrested for you do realize just because someone's undocumented, if they commit a violent offense, we don't like book them and just release them without documenting who they are, right? Is that kind of where you're going with this?
Can you say that one more time?
When someone is undocumented and they're arrested for committing a violent offense, we don't just release them without further documenting them. You understand? Once you've been arrested, we document who you are.
Well, yeah.
Right. So if someone has committed a violent offense, they would not be eligible. They would only be eligible for removal, depending on the offense. But for violent offenses, yes, I don't want violent offenders here. But again, when it's a crime committed outside of the country, it's hit or miss because, like I said, there's corruption in these governments. You know what I mean? The Mexican government's corrupt. So, I mean, it's hard to tell whether or not it's true if it occurred outside the country. But to be safe, I would say remove all violent offenders.
Okay, well, how would we go about mass amnesty, though?
I already told you. People who are undocumented become citizens of the country. So if you are undocumented, I gave you the eligibility status would be, I don't know how many times I have to answer this question. Outside of non-violent offenders, you would become a citizen of the country. Amy, thank you so much, Amy. There would be a process probably for filling out an application. You would probably need to get your application reviewed to ensure that. So basically, if you're undocumented, you would fill out an application. We would look into whether or not you have a violent offense or not. Right. For me, under my plan. And we would then grant you legal status and give you a pathway to citizenship.
But a lot of them skip in line against the other people. So who are we going to prioritize? The people who've been here for 30 years undocumented or what?
What? What's your question?
New immigrants cut in line and the immigrants that have been here for 15, 20 years.
What do you mean cut in line? What are you talking about? What difference does this make for you? They fill out an application. We review that application and verify with immigration authorities that their status is clear, right? We approve that legal status, right? So they are a legal resident. They are lawfully present. And then we give them a pathway to citizenship.
So you don't think there is any cutting in line, that these new immigrants don't cut in line?
I don't think it makes a difference. What's the point? Cutting in line. Why do you care about cutting? Have you been cutting in line too much in life or something? Why do you give a shit about undocumented immigrants cutting in line? What's your obsession with this?
Well, I mean, you should because you care about them so much, right?
Yeah, I want them to become citizens because I don't think we should be spending all our fucking time. Why the fuck do you guys care so much about this stupid shit? Like, who cares? We want to create a pathway to citizenship, grant them legal status and give them a pathway to citizenship. Forget cutting in line. Don't worry about who's cutting in line and who's not. The point is it costs way too much to fucking do this. It costs billions and billions of dollars.
Well, how much did it cost under Reagan?
It costs a lot. It costs a lot of money to deport them. It costs far more to deport people. Amnesty results in American taxpayers. You offset the burden by creating tax revenue. Remember when I told you before? God, I'm sorry. I really want to call you a name, but I'm not going to do it.
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry. It's really hard for me. I just these days, I debated hours last night on YouTube and now I'm here and I feel like I need to, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. What was your question? What was your question again? Ask me again.
I mean, you were going to call me a name. So
No, I'm in a meditation state now. Tell me what your question is again.
Oh, yeah, about Reagan. How much did it cost under Reagan for mass amnesty then?
Wait. So mass amnesty results in tax-paying American citizens, which offsets the fiscal burden, which is why I told you before that you can't include American-born children of undocumented immigrants as costs of illegal immigration as they eventually become tax-paying American citizens, and it offsets the burden. So including them as the cost of undocumented immigration unfairly inflates it.
Which is what you said that those studies do, right? That says that immigrants are net negative.
They're a net negative. Yeah, but it says they're a net. No. Yeah, it says they're a net negative. But the problem is, I'm giving you an example of how they unfairly inflated the fiscal burden. Remember when I said, what's the fiscal burden? You said you don't know. They're saying the fiscal burden is a specific amount, but I'm saying the reason they unfairly inflate how they unfairly inflate that fiscal burden is by using factors without including other factors. Like if you include American-born citizens, okay, in the cost of undocumented immigration, right? First of all, they're American-born citizens, so they're obviously going to become tax-paying American citizens, right? So you can't include the cost of children born to undocumented immigrants, number one, when they're American citizens because they're born here, and number two, when they're going to be paying taxes, which ultimately will offset the burden. If you don't include the tax contributions, you're unfairly inflating the fiscal burden.
Well, hold on a minute. If they're talking about the children, like in schools and stuff, like you just said, that they're eventually going to become citizens or whatever, and that they are.
They are citizens. They're eventually going to become tax-paying citizens.
Well, yes, but what they're saying in the studies, I would assume, is that they brought their children over across the border, and they weren't born here.
No, that's not what the study says. American-born children of undocumented immigrants. Specifically American. It includes American. So it just says children of undocumented immigration as a part of the fiscal burden, but includes American-born children, right, in the fiscal burden without including future tax contributions, which unfairly inflates the burden. Are you following along here? Are you following along?
Yes, I'm following along.
Then don't ask me the same question again. I'm going to ask you one more time. I'm going to ask you one more time. What specifically justifies spending billions of dollars to remove undocumented immigrants? This is it. Don't fucking ask me another question.
Well,
I answered 35 questions in a row. What? This is how you guys debate. You guys think you're debating me. You don't fucking debate me. All you guys do is ask me 40 questions. I answer them and you leave. That's all you do. None of you guys debate on here. You just ask me questions. Again, what specifically justifies spending this amount of money to remove undocumented immigrants?
Well, I guess nothing now because I don't know. I don't have.
Thank you. Stop advocating for them to be deported.
Nah, I guess, man.
Ronald, it's okay to accept information and be like, oh, I was wrong, and just move on from it. They're using you, bro. They're using you. You're better than this. I hope you're better than this.
I'm coming to challenge the opinions that I already had, and I was challenged. That's it.
All right. So let's move forward. You know what I mean? I wouldn't waste my time on you if I didn't think you could move on from this. Move forward from this. Let this be the past now that you didn't know the shit. Now you know. So start being like, someone with a different opinion. If you're not gonna abandon the party and you're not gonna abandon Trump and MAGA, and I'm not gonna spend going through 6 other topics with you. I'm sorry, I just can't. Maybe a different day, come back. But at least start to think differently and research these things further. Go look up what I said, right? And you're going to find out they're not telling you the truth, right?
All right.
All right. Can I tell you one more piece of advice, though, before I...
Yeah, go ahead.
Using the word illegal, you should change that. You should use the word undocumented. Because Republicans want you to use that word illegal alien.
Okay.
To simply justify their harsh policy so you don't feel a human connection when you're discussing these people. These are human beings. Don't use that word anymore. Try and do better.
I can agree with that. Okay.
All right, bro. Take care. All right. Take care.
You too, man.
Guys, if you enjoyed the live, oh, geez. Guys, if you enjoyed the live, I'd appreciate contributing in the link tree in my bio, tapping the screen, all those things. I would appreciate it. Guys, if you're not following me on YouTube, you need to follow me on YouTube. I debate at night now on YouTube. I don't do TikTok at night. I do YouTube. So you need to go to the link tree in my bio, and you guys need to. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Did I actually complete a gifting goal? Oh no, I got halfway to a goal. Wow, I haven't gotten that much in a gifting goal in a while. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I debate on YouTube at night because, you know, obviously I have to go to other platforms. We're about to hit 20,000 on Instagram. We started this year, and we just started a few days ago debating on YouTube. Hold on, Ash. Hold on, Ash. Ash, did you send it to the one in the link tree in my bio? Did you send it to the one in the link tree in my bio? You got to use the one in the link tree in my bio. I have 2 Cash Apps. One is Adam Cray. One is Adam Cray Personal. And I only have 1 Venmo. Adam Cray Politics. No underscore, no fucking numbers, no bullshit, no 2 eyes or anything like that. Which one did you send it to, Ash? Make sure you didn't send it to one with 2 eyes. What's the name on there? I don't see an Ash. So look, check and see what one you sent it to and what name is on there. Thank you, Katie. Double check, Ash, because you want to make sure. What's up, Brett? Fuck, I'm losing my voice again, man. I don't know why this keeps happening. I need somebody to help me with my internet. For 2 hours, every time I hit 2 hours, I start lagging. I don't know what the fuck is happening with that. Something up with my ISP. Like, why would are they capping it or something after 2 hours? Why is it 2 hours and I start lagging? Like, I've never seen that. Oh, it never went through. Let me send it out. Yeah, I told you I didn't receive that. Thank you. Throttling, paying more is like, but wait, no, hold on. I'm supposed to be paying that already. So that's what I'm saying. If they're capping it, is that what they're doing? They're not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to have unlimited. So what should I do? Call them and be like, hey, you can't do this at night? Because, dude, every time I've been streaming for 2 hours, so like 4 days ago, I started debating on YouTube. And after 2 hours, I start to experience issues. Fuck. I'm going to call them and complain. That's bullshit. There's no way that's a fucking coincidence, dude. There's no way. Hold on 1 second, dude. Tommy, what do you want?
I did just want to.
Go ahead.
So it is carrier by carrier, but most carriers, if you aren't on the top tier policy, then they're going to.
But I am though.
50 gigs. What's up?
But I am though. I have to be.
So my understanding from speaking with them both in business and personally is that fiber is the only way that it's going to change.
Oh my God. Are you fucking serious?
I'm serious. And I have to deal with it too. But
that's fucking bullshit. Why is it doing it after 2 hours though?
Capitalism. Yeah, it's just it's a daily limit and it's also a monthly limit. And if you hit that limit, then your quote unquote unlimited is still unlimited. It's just throttled. And then the other thing is like if your local, like your neighborhood uses a lot more bandwidth at a certain time, then you're going to be throttled even within your threshold.
How much does it cost to switch to fiber?
You have to have fiber. In my area, there isn't fiber yet.
But I think they're starting to install it. I think they are installing.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, there's no. So I just legitimately last week I had a Comcast technician out to the house, and I said, "Hey, so how much is fiber?" He goes, "Well, you don't have fiber yet." He says it has to be installed, and then that's when they'll determine for me. So I haven't been able. There is no fiber price for me right now.
Somebody was doing something up the road, and they were. I had to park down the road. They were parked in my spot, and there was a guy there saying they were doing that. So that I think
they are. I mean, it's being implemented throughout the country, but obviously rural areas are going to get it last. Same situation that happened with 5G. It's going to take forever. But I
mean, I'm in a pretty busy area. I should have it, I think.
Yeah, you just call them and make sure. But my understanding is it could be as much as double. The situation I had at work when I transitioned to the highest level service that they had there, and then I was like, "Hey, fiber," and they go, "Okay, you can pay $1,200 to have to pay." That's for half. No, so not a month. It's for them to pay half of the installation for the underground fiber optic lines. They're like, "We don't have it where you are." Yeah, they're like, "We don't have it where you are, but you can pay half of the cost for us to implement our infrastructure," which is ridiculous.
But that's a one-time thing, and then so that's what I was wondering. They can install their that's what I heard.
As long as you have a close enough connection line, then they can just transfer that connection to you as well. But my understanding, and this is probably a year-old information, so don't quote me on it, but that fiber could be as much as double the cost of the highest tier plan that they have for coax.
I have to look it up and see. All right.
I'm curious. Let me know when you find out, because I'm curious. Because, like I said, I just don't. There's no access to it.
I have no choice. I can't. I stream 2 hours is not enough. And it's consistently not every time, but pretty consistently. I can tell that I've been capped, and even if I restart, I can tell. No, I cannot stream a fucking stream. For more than 2 hours. Over there.
And people listening, it's capitalism is why they do this. They don't have to throttle us. They don't have to cap it. Look into what other countries have for their bandwidth. It's ridiculous how bad we are, and it's because of capitalism. So anyway, thanks, Adam.
Thanks. Take care. Well, I told them, I said, guys, they know they know I'm a live streamer. I told them, listen, I need to make sure that my internet has to be good. I have to have the best. I have to do all this. And they were like, "Oh yeah, no problem." They're so full of crap, dude. So full of crap. I just don't know why streaming through whatever. Because it's I don't feel that issue when I'm streaming on TikTok, or if I'm doing, I guess it's using obviously more bandwidth. But it's regardless, it can't happen. We did our YouTube stream when Mom Donnie one had 30,000 viewers over the course of an hour and a half after I restarted. And then once I hit that limit, I could tell. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get off. I would have gone for another hour that night because that was a busy night, and that pissed me the fuck off. No, I don't have 5G. For a normal person, it would be amazing internet, but but it's not normal. I got to make sure I'm able to stream multiple hours a day. It's just a pain in the ass. It's not fair. Tommy says, I was about to respond. Tommy, I don't want, what would you apologize for, Tommy? What did you want to apologize for, Tommy? What do you want to apologize? I don't get it. Yeah. Anyway, everybody, I'm going to pop off here so I can rest my voice because I want to stream on YouTube later. I want to debate on YouTube later. So I appreciate you. Yeah, thanks everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody who supported today. I appreciate you. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream last night too. There's going to be a better way this is broken down. Obviously, I'm going to take those videos and put them on Patreon and all that stuff. Put them on YouTube for YouTube members and stuff like that. And I'll be doing that this weekend too. So getting all that system set up as well. But I'll see you guys on YouTube tonight. If you're coming to YouTube, tonight, type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat if you'll come to YouTube tonight, and I will see you then. You're coming tonight. It's funny because some people say they're coming, but they don't. You guys gotta go subscribe over there. You don't want to miss out. We need you because there's a lot of Muppets over there. There's a lot of Muppets over there. But anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful evening over here if I don't see you. Take care, everybody.